Circle. Happy Thursday. So glad to see you. Today we're going to jump in with Madhu and talk a little bit about Dharmic Business. And I'm excited to hear what he has to say about his take on Dharmic Business. He is one of the guest teachers in my Embodied Vedic Astrology Certificate course. I'm excited to have him join us and to hear his success secrets. So as soon as he jumps in here with us, we will add him and get started. And we begin the course on October 5th. So we are in the final leg of enrollment and registration. We still have 14 spots available in this very unique course. This is for those of you who have a foundation of Vedic knowledge and wisdom. Maybe it's asana, maybe it's Ayurveda or Jyotish or Sanskrit or meditation, and you want to take your gifts and wisdom to the next level and also create a six-figure Dharmic business. Here is Madhu. I'm going to invite him to join, and let's see if we can get you in, Madhu. How do I, let's see, I'm going to add him. All right, there he is.
Let's see.
All right.
There he
I think we're in.
is.
Can you hear me well?
Hi, Madhu. Yes, I can hear you.
Hey,
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but I can hear you well.
A little fuzzy. Okay. Well, let's see if we can fix that. So I was just giving a little introduction. Madhu is joining us in the Embodied Vedic Astrology Course. We start October 5th. You have a unique take on Dharmic business. You've been very successful with your own Dharmic business, and I would love to hear your experience, your expression. What do you think Dharmic business is? What does that mean for you? And what do you think has made you so successful?
Well, first off, always grateful to be able to serve communities like yours in terms of those who are already moving in the Dharmic direction, because it saves me a bunch of trouble having to convince someone to move in a Dharmic direction. I measure success in a handful of different ways, and I would consider myself successful, and not necessarily, I'm definitely not on my own, but really because of having successful teachers that told me what to do. And one of my biggest successes is listening and actually having done what they tell me to, as opposed to what my mind tells me to do. And yes, success. There's obviously financial success, which most people refer to, and that helps. Don't get me wrong, but success also in the form of changing people's lives, because anyone could teach a little something here, there, the other, and people might even give them a little money, he or she a little money, but if they're actually not getting a transformational experience, what's the use if life's not changing? And so, in terms of creating success, I think the most important thing is to identify the priority of success. What's the most important? Is it the money? If it is, try again. Is it the changing people's lives? Yeah, potentially that's higher. Is it the doing what you want when you want? Yeah, it's up there. So getting a clear idea of what even is success in the first place, and then we can really talk about how to achieve that success in a Dharmic way, and potentially for those who you guys know about. Is Dharma means the intrinsic value of something. You can hear me. Is that everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear as you're joining. Great, just making sure. Great to hear from some of you guys. So the Dharma means the intrinsic quality of something, really the aspect of that thing that you cannot remove from it. As some of my teachers would explain, the Dharma of water is wetness. The Dharma of fire is heat and light. And it's the thing that you cannot separate from the substance. And so when we're talking about our Dharma, we're talking about getting in touch with the aspects of our own self according to our unique psychophysical nature and gifts, or our purpose, what is it that we can do to provide a quality of life for other individuals in a way that can support us. And so this type of Dharma coaching is really an idea of monetizing your passions and figuring out a way to change other people's lives while changing your life simultaneously with your unique gifts. Much more I could say about that, but that's a little bite-sized version.
Absolutely. So as I hear it, and of course, these are the words that I use, this is about reciprocity. So it's not about just giving at the cost of your body or your spirit or your soul, but that as you give and share your gifts in this world and support others, help others, it also feeds your own soul. It's good for your body. It creates wholeness on your path. So that's the reciprocity. And I hear that many teachers have supported you along the way. You attribute your success to having really good guidance and support around you at all times. I would say we're both blessed in that area. You have a unique path. You actually have been a monk. You grew up with the Bhakti tradition. You're second generation. So that has no doubt influenced your path and your understanding of Dharma. How has that become part of your business and the way that you teach and share and guide others?
Wait, so you're telling me most young men on their 18-year-old birthday don't shave their head and move to India to become a monk? Yeah. So, it's interesting you made this point. Yeah, I was raised familiar with the culture of yoga and bhakti and chanting and whatnot. But like every good kid, wasn't interested. It's like, nah, no thanks. You guys do. My weird parents do that. Love mom and dad. But they're still weird, but they're my kind of weird now. But what it did is it did allow me access to understanding even what Dharma is from somewhat of a young age. And, hard to fight with logic, hard to fight with that which just makes perfect sense. And so learning about Dharma, it only made sense that I wanted to actually imbibe these principles and live a lifestyle that would be in integrity with Dharma, and specifically my Dharma, if you will. And so on my 18-year-old birthday, I became a monk, shaved my head, spent half the year in India, half the other year in monasteries in the West, and did that for about a half a decade. And it's interesting because for the sake of sounding audacious, I would consider myself having been relatively successful in following my Dharma per se as a monk. It was great. Everything worked wonderfully. I was very happy about it. But I had no possessions. I had nothing in my name. Even like my clothes, it was just, a one-size-fits-all orange robe, just a sheet that just throw over. And, I lived out of a backpack, practically speaking, and everywhere I traveled. So I didn't have any possessions per se, but what I did have was that purpose, something that actually drove me from a deeper place. And the idea was, how do I actually contribute from this situation in a way that will change other people's lives? And I would consider myself successful in that area. But then when I graduated the monastery and became a normal person, hence the hair and the non-orange clothes. I still like orange when I can, but I didn't know how to then live in this world while still practicing Dharma. So for a couple of years, it was quite the struggle, actually, like how I make money while helping people. And, I made my first 2 years after graduating the monastery, I think I made like $15,000 to $18,000 a year. It was like so below the poverty level that I remember, my now wife and I at the time, rationing zucchinis. Like, okay, this will be for lunch, this will be for dinner. And it wasn't until I made the decision to make some changes and figure out, okay, how could I actually make this work? I'm done rationing zucchinis here. And they're a long process that potentially get into some other time, but I decided, okay, let me learn how to figure out a way to monetize this as well, because how can I actually be practicing my Dharma? How can I actually be thriving in the name of helping others while disregarding my own health and my own mindset and my own career, etc. And so then, over these last many years now, I spent a crazy amount of time, energy. I don't know, well over $100,000 in like coaching and marketing and sales and all these kinds of stuff, just to really figure out, okay, business is a science, and you have to learn how to just like any other science, and learning how to do that in a way to be sustainably successful. And, so I say that because sometimes people say dharmas, how could I charge for doing my dharma? No, that's like the whole idea. You have to sustain yourself while doing your dharma so you can keep doing it. Because a drowning lifeguard can't save any, but a strong lifeguard can save many. And so the same idea of like taking
Love
care
that.
of yourself while helping with your dharma. And anyway, that's the idea.
Yeah. And it comes back to that point you were making about what is success for you. And as householders, I think it is important for us to accept that we can be both spiritual and on a path of Dharma, and at the same time value and honor the sacredness of money. And that's actually what the Dharmic path is for. Reciprocity is living a spiritual path that feeds your soul, expresses your soul gifts, while at the same time living well, being a householder that is taken care of and is supported and nurtured. And money is required for that. And that is why in this course, I have built in business resources and tools. And Madhu is one of our guest teachers in this module, because it's one thing to have wonderful Vedic knowledge and tools and enhance our gifts and our wisdom and trust our gifts and wisdom, but we also need to share these gifts in the world, and we need to know how to make a good living doing that. So I'll be giving you my 6-figure Dharma business framework, and of course we'll be working on your marketing and all the resources that are required to also grow business. You know as well as I do, Madhu, this has been many years of learning and growing and getting teachers to support us and finding new marketing methods. And if you want to be successful, you must never stop learning and growing. It takes commitment to the path. So Dharma business is actually a path. It's part of the path. Is there anything you want to share with us as we close today, Madhu? I know we only have you for 15 minutes, so I want to make use of our time. Anything else you want to add or share?
Well, one thing I'll share is that, so anyone who's watching this or listening that's looking for support in this area, I mean, obviously, if you're in a sweat to drop her a message, but feel free to, if you DM me the word Dharma, I can connect you. And it's DM me the word Dharma, and I can get you all the information for this exciting training that's coming up. And I'll leave you beautiful souls with this. Making money is just math and just crunching a couple of numbers. It's really just taking a few minutes to be diligent to figure out how to change a couple people's lives and how much to charge them in a way that they're actually going to appreciate what you're going to have to teach them. So I like to share that for those of you who have something life-changing, and even you're humble, no one here will think they're doing something life-changing. If you have anything that offers someone an improvement of the quality of life, you deserve to be taken care of too. And the only reason you're not is because of your decisions. And it's okay if you're like, I don't know how to make a living doing it. Cool, accept that. And be like, but you can learn. And opportunities like this are chances to actually get to learn how to do that. So I'm really looking forward to being part of the training. And thanks for being, we're all back to back here trying to change people's lives and get them not only familiar with Dharma and their own Dharma, but support themselves while doing it. So thanks, Swati.
I love what you're doing, Madhu. I respect and admire your path and the unique way that you bring Dharmic business into this world. I'm in alignment, and I'm so thrilled to have you in this course, sharing your gifts and wisdom. I want to circle back and have another conversation with you about those things that get in the way from spiritual men and women, spiritual souls on this path, accepting that money is a good thing. I want to talk about those blockages. Those are really important things to lean into. We'll have another conversation about that. DM either me or Madhu Dharma, and we will check in with you. We'll give you all the details about this Embodied Vedic Astrology Certification Course. There's really nothing else like it. You get the body, the business, and incredible Vedic resources for a clear path and purpose and growing a successful Dharmic business. Madhu, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you in class very soon. and be well, everyone. Take good care.